Hi everyone, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home, and today again it's Pinflair Day and I'm doing the Post Box kit. Now I have had this kit for a good couple of years, I've got to be honest, and I never seem to be able to get round to doing it. So it's changed. I am definitely doing it this year, so I'm going to get my glue ready. I've got one that's open. Got my glue things ready. So here's the instructions. So the first thing to do is to make the base. Now I have already covered everything with the material because I think it's fairly straightforward. All the material is the same no matter what you do. So you've got this hexagon with 6 bits that are out like this, and you're just gonna put them up. You get some gum paper and you just cut it and put it around little strips just to keep it together, and then cover it with the black material. Black material does get easily marked, I will warn you, and I'm a messy crafter, so. And it says you've got to leave a little bit extra on the end. So what you're doing a little hexagon with a little bit of extra on the end, and you're gluing it on the bottom and just folding it up into there. And then you're going to have a long piece, like, let me see what it size is, 46 centimetres by 6 centimetres, and that you're going to do a nice hem, so there's a nice sharp finish, and it's going to go all the way round and stick round these two sides as well. And that is what you get. And then the thin cardboard hexagon that goes inside. So that's that. It doesn't say anything about this for now. Oh yes it does. See, I didn't even notice that. So you've got to fold it over like that, because that's going to be the hinge. So I'll just do that quickly. I'm just gonna, so I'd imagine we do that. And then that bit just goes over there. Need some glue on there, don't I? There we go. Like that. So I should have really stuck that underneath, but somehow missed that bit. So that should have been stuck underneath. Too late though, that's my fault. So before you put your thin hexagon bit in, that would be underneath. Okay, so I've done that. That's the bottom of the box. And then for the top of the box, you're doing something very similar. So the hexagon is out of this red one. This is the top of the box. You've got to take the hexagon out and you're going to stick it all up. So it's another one with flaps down that you've got to put gum paper around, do the bottom, and then as you can see, you hem it and then bring it all the way round so that it covers, and then you're going to have a bit that overlaps like that. And then the inside you just cut away and tuck it all under, as in this picture. And then this is the thin board hexagon that goes inside. So that's that one. and you're left with this. And the next thing to do there is the thick hexagon. I think it's the one that came out. Yeah. You've got a little bit of wadding, and you want to put the wadding on the card first and then cover it all in the material like you would normally do with everything. And then we are going to glue it centrally to the top of the lid. So you won't see the hexagon. There we go, so it sticks up a little bit. So it's like that. There we go, like that. Oh, maybe make sure it's stuck down first. Silly me. Okay, we'll leave that to dry. So that's the lid and the base. And then the next thing you have to do is to stick all the outside panels, so the thicker ones, you want to stick them together on one piece of card like this, and then fold over as we always do. And then what we're going to do is glue them to the panels on the inside of the base. So to do that, we're going to stick it onto the base because we know how far the glue is that way. You'd obviously take a bit more time gluing that together than I have been. So once you've done that, you then do the same with the thinner panels, which I've got here, and you're going to stick that on the inside like so. So again, we need to glue the whole of this. So that's the inside done. This is huge, I tell you. There we go. The inside done. So then the next step is to cover the front of the doors. So that's these two. I've done one in the stripy and one in the hexagon because the pattern comes, the material comes, so half of it is stripy and half of it is the diagonal, so you decide which way round you want to do it. So it says to make the folding front panel, take the card pieces with the letterbox cutouts, so that's them two, put the material on and then glue them back to back. But this is where you can't forget the step that you need to put the string in as well. So we will do, you'll know the difference because the inside is just a touch smaller than the outside, as you can see. Although they're both thick, the inside is a little bit smaller. So we will put all the glue on. Stuck it, I did put the glue on the bigger one, which means, I'll see if it will show up, it means there's glue on the outside of the fabric, but that will dry clear and it will be fine. I am just going to add some pegs to the top to make sure the string goes in nicely. The rest of it seems to be fine, so I'm not too worried. It's actually glued pretty nicely. So that's that. And then we've got to decorate the front, which is, there's 2 pieces. Okay, I'm going to show you. I made a mistake here, but I managed to save myself. So there's a bit like this, and you've got to cut the middle out and do the outside in the red. And then this bit you're meant to do in the black and stick it on the back. But I mistakenly coated the one that popped out, but I managed, I think, to make it look okay. So I'm still going to use it. So now, once you've covered that in red, that in black, and you've stuck it back to back, you're going to put it on the front of the letterbox. Like that. So glue on the back. I would just put it on the back of this piece because it's not flush. And it just goes like that. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to attach to the hinge, which is here. So remember, you want it that way round, because when it goes up, it's got to be that way. So we're just going to attach that. We'll leave it to dry for a minute while I carry on. So the inside box. Now I have done the whole of that, and I'll tell you for why. Actually, before I forget, I've done an extra little bit. I don't want people peeking in the post box to see what's in there. Yeah, I thought as much. The pegs are stopping it from lying down enough to stick. Okay, so that's, is that right? So the bit that comes out of here, the front one, is a little bit bigger than the bit that comes out the back. So there's just enough space to be able to glue it either end and stop people being nosy and peering in. I'm hoping anyway. So yeah. If you don't mind people peering in the post box, it's not a problem, but I wanted to stop that. So I just put a little bit of black material around the piece that comes out the front, because it's a little bit bigger than the piece that doesn't. Maybe what I need. Okay, feels like the hinge wants to be a bit tricky with me. There we go. So I'm just going to leave the pegs on there for a while. So that's almost done. This one is one of the easiest ones I've had to do, actually. I've got to be honest. But this is where I made the mistake. So I already made the little box, because it's exactly the same as doing the big box, except it's closed. It goes all the way around. Other than that, it is exactly the same. This you just do a bit of black material round, and then the red folded going round, and then there's the inner and the bottom, and all you're going to do is stick it inside. But what I didn't realise when I was getting ahead of myself and thinking I'll get it done in advance is the other piece of the string has got to go inside one of these. So I have to hope that one of these, well, that looks like it will allow me to drop the string in with a little bit of glue and behave itself. Let's just dip the string in glue, that's it. Okay, and before I close it, so normally you'd do this before you stuck the inner in. Before I close it, I need to know how tight it's got to be. So if I want it to come down to about there, and what I'm going to do is poke the string in as much as I can. Okay, I know roughly how much. It's hard to do it in the box. See, this is my mistake. So you would have been clever enough to put the string in before. So I've done that. Again, I'm going to use pegs to make sure that it holds it tight. And then all it is putting glue on the bottom so that you can stick the little box down. Go. So let's put the string through there, and then we're gonna stick that so that it's centralized on the bottom. The string's holding tight, I can see. We can take these off. And we'll take them off as well. That should be all right by now. Let's have a look. Yeah. So I need a bit more glue on there because it hasn't taken very well. But that's all right. If I do it while it's standing up, it might be a bit better. And then you've just got your lid. And once you do that, put the lid on. It's a standing post box. Look at the size of it. Love this one. So there we go. Okay. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.